comes to your marriage, are you in an abusive marriage?
And Carlos, I'm so glad that you asked that question. If a woman's abused, she's going to try to physically cover up what it is she's subconscious about. Say, for instance, if a man choke you and you have a ring around your neck, they're going to pay more attention to that and be subconscious that people are looking at it because they don't want that revealed that they're being abused. My husband, listen, he may be old school, but he ain't no damn fool. He's not going to put his hands on me. And
Belle Collective Reunion Parts 1 and 2 is finally out, and there were some interesting things that we're talking about, and we're going to get into all of it, you guys. It's Mary,
and
you want you guys to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below, you all, because LaTrice and Cliff, I think she is an abused woman. I'm just going to say
so?
Emotionally, for sure, mentally, for sure, probably
I think
physically.
That man is putting some hands on her. Now,
it was just a weird response she said when she was talking about how if I was an abused woman, I would be covering stuff up. It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, well, you're abused.
It's not.
Yeah, that was weird for her to say like that.
And my thing is, if you're an abused woman, not all abused women cover it up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would have bruises. I would have covered it up. I was just like,
you wear a lot of makeup, so you're
could
probably
just say yes or no.
Yeah,
I'm not abused. That's it. If I'm not abused woman, no, I am not physically abused. He does not hit me. He doesn't punch me. He does whatever. He's not aggressive to me. That day was the only first time. Because he pushed her that day. He called her the B word that day. He was all up in her face that day.
My thing is, you don't do that on camera.
On day one.
In a public space, day one. Abuse is something that escalates over time. And it starts with small things. It might be yelling at you in your face one day. It could be a shove of the shoulder. It could be
punch the wall, bite your head.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it escalates small. And it always starts with the emotional, verbal, and mental abuse. That starts first before they actually start to lay a hand on you. The fact that he pushed you to the back of a car door and was all in your face, calling you every name was in the book except for a child of God, it's not his first time. And I think it's unfortunate because she never seems comfortable with him. She always seems on edge. And she just always seems out of her element. Like, she just seems like she looks
afraid of him. Even when she tries to talk to him. Because even when she was asking, remember when she was asking him, I just want to be an equal partner or something with you. It was like, even for her to get that out. She was very shaky. She was very shaky about doing it. But it's like, now you are, the only thing I can say, even when Glenn was doing the whole thing with Letitia too, who I think that Letitia physically, he has hit her also. Because remember the way she got up?
The way that she jumped up and was screaming and the way he was stalking her, they probably were friends based off of the stuff that they've gone through. Because even LaTrice said that there's not one woman on the stage you can't say she's been in a DV relationship. I was like, and then LaTrice, and then was it her friend? What's that girl's name? Letitia, the one with Glenn.
Yes, Letitia.
Why are you talking about everybody else? Talk about your stuff. I was like, a hit dog will holler. So I think it's both of them are in DV relationships personally. That's what I think.
I think so.
And it's unfortunate and it's sad.
Yeah. And you know, if I'm in a relationship and I don't want to say anything, but I'm not gonna come hard out to like protect you. I'm sorry. I'll say, why don't you ask him? Why don't you ask him? I mean, and leave it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will let them ask him. Why don't you put him on the hot seat? I mean, because if you're saying I'm in a DV relationship, then I'm the victim, right? So why don't you ask him the question? If he's, put hands on me before.
That's when all the tabloids come out.
and then I'll turn around like this and look at him.
That's when Carlos will be very confused, be like, so she said I should ask you, or you put the hands on her?
Because, I mean, he's the one who's doing the action you're saying, right? So why don't you ask him, let him answer? Why do I have to answer to what he do and what he don't do? Why don't you answer, babe? I also want to hear your answer.
That's when we both have silence. Because I mean, the thing is, like, what do you say to that? Because you don't expect a victim to go and tell that to her aggressor.
Because why are we always asking the woman when the man's sitting right there, too?
And, like, do you really expect her to come out and say it? Because when she goes home, she has to go and deal with that man.
I'm not going to bat for you either. right?
But also
because
the backlash of that you not responding.
I'm not going to go to bat for you out here looking like a fool, going to bat for you on TV. The fact that they asked the question, don't look at me, has everything to do with your traveling ass acting the plum damn fool.
And how you treat me.
So they wouldn't be asking that question if you weren't out there acting the fool. Please do not involve me. And this is why he gotta ask you. Are you being abusive? Why are you asking me if he be abusive and he's sitting right here?
But LaTrice does not have a voice. She doesn't. It has been snuffed out.
Women,
and it has
we
been
need to stop going to bat for men. It's like it's kind of like when those politicians, they go and cheat on their wives.
The reason why she's doing it though is because she has to deal with that man when she gets home, and if she doesn't,
but you still have to deal with the man. It's like those politicians. The wife has done, the husband has got out there cheating. It's showing he's behind out. Probably has been on the down low, and now here come the wife to stand there like a fool, as the husband is talking about, I have talked to my wife and I apologize. And she's standing. I'm not. When you do your wrong, I'm not gonna go stand there with you.
It's a lot different though, because when it's like physical violence, the thing is, it could be a really bad day based on what you say and don't say on this TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you have to deal with him when you get home anyway.
It's a bad day for me when you went and pushed me and called me the B word on television.
I know,
and
but
so now
I can make you have another bad day today based on what you say on this TV show.
Why don't you continue to do that and see if your ass ain't going to jail?
Well,
because now you're doing this in public. Now you're really acting.
Well, I'm not saying when in public, but I'm saying she has to defend him because she has to deal with him when she gets home. We don't know what he does to her when she's at home. Remember that man that she had all up in Cliff's business? Until today, we still don't even know what he did to that man. But that man was talking all this stuff, and then he was in front of LaTrice breaking down, crying, sobbing, tears. I don't know what the hell Cliff did to that man. But you didn't hear Bing. He said, don't even talk about your man no more, because what he did to me was violent. You know
what I wonder about that situation, and this is just a theory. Let me just see. Let me just.
Let me duck my head out the camera.
You guys, just rock with me for a second, okay? We're gonna rock with it. Okay?
I'm doing a slight sway.
Now, this is what I wonder. I wonder if him and Cliff got together. And the reason why I say that is maybe that's why he cries when he's around LaTrice, because he realizes I'm supposed to be your friend, but I went and I slept with your man. All right? So that's why he cries when he's around LaTrice, because he has not done something right. Now, the reason why I say this is this, and I also think that Cliff might be on the down low. I'm thinking, this is just what I'm thinking, I don't know. Because I've always felt like him and Glenn got something. That's what I think. That's just a feeling I get. That him and Glenn got something. And I'm going to tell you what. When he talks to the guy and he tells the guy, I apologize. Obviously, maybe when they got together physically, he did some stuff that maybe the guy wasn't with, and he hurt him in some kind of way. And so that's why he apologizing to him. Okay? And he says, but you did apologize to me. And the guy like, And he said, well, why would you accept my apology? And the guy didn't want to accept his apology because both of them know what's going on, really. Now, he calls the guy his little puppy.
Who, Glenn and Cliff?
Cliff called him a little puppy.
Glenn?
That the guy is like a puppy to him. No, the LaTrice's friend.
Who's a puppy? The LaTrice's friend said that Cliff is a puppy to him?
Cliff says the guy is a puppy to him.
And he's the dog?
No. He says the guy is like a puppy to him. That's how he sees him. Carlos asks, how do you see the guy? And Cliff said he's like a puppy to him. But then he says, because first let's hear, like, how can you go call like a whole man like an animal, right? But then he says, it's not, he's like, no, I'm saying it in terms of our relationship. He's like me and Glenn. Glenn is my dog, like my big dog. but this dude is like my puppy. So, him and Glenn, do you all have a more stronger relationship because you all have done it more? And this one you all just started? That's how I took it out. Now, is there anybody out there who was thinking as deep as I was about this stuff?
You on the island by yourself.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You guys, come on. Come on. Let me know now. Because I said, this it smells kind of like a download stuff. That's how it looked like to me. That's how it looked like to me. It was weird. And anytime you look at Cliff, the way he be looking at Glenn, honestly, it's like the way a man would look at a woman. Trying to holler, we got something. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. The relationship is weird.
The relationship is definitely weird. I don't
It's
know what's
weird.
all going on
It's
in the
weird.
but it's
and so when the way he talked about, I apologize to you. I apologize. What the hell are you really apologizing for? The man was disrespectful in your house. Even when that was going on, I was like, LaTrice, you know, you're going to lose your relationship because the man all in your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what are you really apologizing for, Cliff? And that's what I'm trying to know. Something went on. This is what I feel. But anyway, you guys let me know. That's about the only thing about that one. But we can talk about another couple.
So what other couple was there? I didn't watch it. She's giving me the play-by-play, but I'm just feeling it.
So I was happy to see Akia. I think her name. I always get her name wrong. But Akia and Letitia kind of squashed their beef. They're working on things, so I really appreciated that. Tambra and Marie. My thing is, Marie, like you and Tambra are not friends. She doesn't have to really go out of her way to invite you anywhere. Okay, you were not invited to the state dinner. You really could have just contacted the person directly and found out, hey, you invited all the Belle Collective except me. What's going on? I really want to come. You really could have just done that, Marie. I mean, you're a grown-ass woman. You don't have to wait for Tambra, who doesn't even like you anyway, and you don't like.
And if all the Bells were invited, why didn't you just let your friend invite you as the +1?
And also the Bells, you all could have also, like Letitia and all these people. Like Letitia is your friend. Letitia also, you could have said, hey, you know, you could have called the state people. Like I would have done that for my friend.
Right.
And say, hey, you know, I was invited to this, and I hear all of the Belle Collectives were invited, but you missed one, Marie so-and-so.
Yeah.
That's it. You could have done that for your friend. I would have done it for my friend. The fact that you didn't, but you took yourself to the state dinner, Letitia, I gotta look at you sideways.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but I don't expect Tambra. Why the hell, Marie, do you expect Tambra to do a damn thing for you?
Yeah.
Like, miss me with that. Who else? Oh, Akia. Is her name Akia?
I don't know.
Okay. Anyway, she was, and I'm so sorry if I am mispronouncing your name, because, you know, I also have a hard name to pronounce. That's why I go by my middle name. But anyway, Akia, I like the fact she was really going toe-to-toe with Cliff. And was like, you know, people can get their ass beat for 30 years and they don't say nothing.
They don't call the police. And you know that. It's not like people don't know. There's so many DV stories out there.
That's what I'm saying for women. Stop being out here going to bat for some man who actually is putting his hands on you, is disrespectful. I am not going to go out here for a bat for you. It's like what that woman did, Kamora Lee Simmons. Remember?
Yeah.
When they were getting Russell for sexual assault, and she want to come out. Well, you know something? He has. You know goodness well this man has been very abusive and inappropriate with you and your daughters. Not sexual assault, but in terms of like being abusive, right?
Yeah.
And you go out for him. Well, you know, I can't. You know, for me, he has been great. Blah blah blah. I never saw that about him. Be quiet, because you know the man has been abusive to you and your daughters in terms of verbally and all that stuff. Maybe even physically with you. You know, so don't go out to bat for these men. Let them be out there by themselves. Let them fight their own battles. And then now that he's all crazy and public with it, now you look stupid. I'm talking about Kimora. Being out there now on the TV. And 17 was too young. Try to insinuate that he groomed you. But you were out there on Front Street on his behalf. So that's what I was saying about LaTrice. Like, don't be out here speaking on his behalf. Like, Carlos, I can't answer that. You gotta ask, why don't you ask Cliff? You're asking if he does X, Y, Z, ask him directly. And I don't care how anybody takes that, because you're the one who has put us in this situation. If you weren't in my face, yelling in my face, nobody will be asking you that question today.
Facts.
If you hadn't called me the B word, pushing me against the car, ain't nobody gonna say nothing right now. So you get yourself out of this hole that you dug yourself in. So anyway, I mean, he can't do anything but the usual, right? I mean, if he already beat you, he's gonna just beat you some more. At least let me not be out there defending him. But yeah, I was happy that Kia, spoke up about that. Her husband looked very uncomfortable.
Well, because men don't like to go toe-to-toe with men. But women will do that any day, all day. But I do think that it is it's very irresponsible for them to make statements like that. Like, I know LaTrice, you're probably in this situation, and she seems very young. You know what I'm saying? You know how older men get with younger women who don't know no better.
Exactly.
But I also think it's very irresponsible because you're trying to put the narrative out there that you're not really a victim unless you make a complaint about it, or you don't go and you tell the police or whatever.
Or if you have bruises that can be seen. Like, just some weirdness. It's
irresponsible.
It really is. Some of these conversations that they have on some of these shows, I almost feel like
I felt like Carlos should have said it with care. Like the way Carlos said, well, are you abused, and are you this, and are you that?
And so I have a problem with that, because he did the same thing in the other Love and Marriage Huntsville with Kiki. I know Kiki has a sobriety issue, but I just felt like, let Kiki be there, and maybe let just another person be there, or let Kiki be there by herself. And you just talk one-on-one instead of having it all in a group. Oh, are you sober? Like, okay, I just felt it was very crass, because sobriety is a huge issue.
Yeah.
These are big issues.
I feel like Carlos
just
not
don't
a good
make
host.
it seem as though it's just some kind of cavalier thing. And even when you talk about the sobriety too, she might actually even be going through some stuff right now. Even as you mention it, you understand what I'm saying? The stress can let her get off the wagon again, stuff like that. So even this thing with the domestic violence, it's have you been abused? Even if I am I going to say that right now with everybody watching? I just got into it with Marie and Soguchi and Letitia over there.
Kimmy about the sexual abuse with Maurice. People think that he was forcing himself on you. The way he even acts, there's no kindness. This is why I say this man don't like women. And it's not because of his sexuality, but he just don't like women. He might not
have that empathy. There's some people who don't have this empathy thing when they're asking these questions.
Well, you shouldn't be the host. I don't know why Carlos there. Just because you create the show don't mean that we need to see your face. I know you're trying to be Andy Cohen with the different Housewives shows and all this stuff, and the Love and Marriage Huntsville have different franchises. But you ain't got to be the host. You be the background. For real. I get tired of seeing Carlos. For real. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you have to have another host.
Because you are incapable of being unbiased.
Yeah, and also
it's so
the empathy.
blatant
The
with
empathy
it.
sometimes is not there. And some of these issues, I don't like us making these issues into some kind of laughable thing. It's not. Make it into some crass stuff okay, you being abused. Okay, they thought that, he was SAing you. Okay. Are you on drugs right now? Are you having, I just, even if I am on drugs, am I telling you no? In the way you just asked. No.
Yeah.
It'll be give you the finger and I gotta leave you a stage.
Yeah.
So he's just,
it's
I mean,
much.
what do you guys think about that? Just in the way, I don't like certain issues being made into we just gonna talk about this like this. Because then we lose the sensitivity of these issues. Like, these are things that women are dying from DV. You know, they're being killed at an alarming rate, you know? One of the things that I do love about these shows, though, is that without these reality shows, some of these women will stay in this situation for years.
Yeah, Melody would have stayed had she not been on TV.
Yeah.
I 100% would agree, because I think that she was already in that before she even got on the show. Because that's why she even started this season talking about his cheating.
Yeah.
Episode 1, we talk about, well, do you think all men cheat? And, you know, the cheating in the marriages. I was like,
exactly.
I said, well, what a way to start the season.
I know. So I just feel like, so that's one of the things that I'm happy about these shows, that they shine a light on it to a point that you even feel a little embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And you're more inclined to get out of that situation. But I'm happy that these shows exist, but let us not make these big issues just like a fly-by-the-seat issue. You know, let's give it the time and the importance. And if that means that you have to clear the room and just have 1 or 2 people and we're going to talk about it, then do that. Our cat is pregnant, and she'll be due in a week and a half.
Yeah.
We think. So we'll see. Anywho,
oh, those babies are moving.
Tell us what you guys think. But Belle Collective.
Yes, y'all. But it's Mary
and Amma.
Be sure to like,
subscribe,
and comment down below.
Bye.
Bye.